The 76th Guards Air Assault Division is in training before the Ukraine war. Photo of the Russian Defense Ministry. The Kremlin is sending reinforcements to the Zaporizhzhia Oblast in southern Ukraine. This is a desperate attempt to prevent Ukraine from making a major breakthrough on critical axis. According to Rob Lee, an analyst at Foreign Policy Research Institute in Philadelphia, the reinforcements come from 76th Guards Airstrike Division, which is arguably Russia's best division and is relatively new. The division lasted earlier this year. He attacked in the vicinity of Kreminna, where the Russians were still carrying out a limited offensive. The Russian redeployment of 76th GAAD marks increasing momentum of 2023 counteroffensive by Ukrainians, which began with simultaneous armored attacks on various axes in southern and eastern Ukraine. In just past few weeks, Ukrainian army and independent airstrike force liberated Robotyne in Zaporizhzhia, while Ukrainian Navy drove Russian troops out of Urozhaine 60 miles east of Robotyne in Mokri Yaly River Valley. Ukraine's twin victories have brought Kiev forces a few kilometers closer to their two main targets in southern Ukraine. The Ukrainians aim to liberate the cities of Melitopol and Mariupol from Russian invaders. The Russians aim to maintain their dominance over the cities to secure ground supply routes. Russian-occupied Crimea. The outcome may depend on which side makes the best use of its reserves. To advance around Robotyne, Ukraine's Southern Command has deployed one of its reserve units, the 82nd Air Assault Brigade. Now the Kremlin is deploying one of its few reserve units. A Ukrainian reserve officer tweeting under name TatarigamiUA was one of first to notice that 76th GAAD had been redeployed from Kreminna region in northeastern Ukraine to Robotyne-Tokmak-Melitopol axis. TatarigamiUA wrote on Saturday, according to Russian military doctrine, at least on paper, 76th Division is part of its strategic reserves, which underlines the seriousness of move. Officer, reason 76th GAAD is emphasizing on paper as a reserve unit is that division, which oversees 3 infantry regiments of several thousand soldiers each, was on front lines for much of Russia's wider 19-month war against Ukraine. The division fought around Kiev. First weeks were reportedly participated in of Ukrainian civilians at Bucha spring 2022. After withdrawing from north-central Ukraine, division was redeployed to east with its T-90s T-90s.72 tanks, BMP-2 BMD combat vehicles. 6 months later, August 2022, the 76th GAAD temporarily shifted its battalions to southern Ukraine's Kherson Oblast in a frenzied effort to stop the Ukrainian counteroffensive 2022. The 76th GAAD failed to prevent the Ukrainians from liberating most of southern Ukraine north of the Dnipro River last fall. However, it did cause the Ukrainians to pay for every kilometer they traveled. In late October, the 76th Division artillery deployed 20 miles north Dnipro.